This is the extraordinary breakable budget, and we're not going to focus on the line items which exist in the budget tonight because that is more detailed and you would probably need some slides or something else to go along with that to really help you understand how to really work it out. I do my budgets in Excel or Google Sheets, and I actually have a budget template that I can share, and I will share eventually. But right now, I just want you to understand the concepts of a budget. So when you start with a budget, there's three things that I want you to consider. The principles of your budget, and that's basically really gets down to what do you really care about? What's important to you? What do you value? And for a lot of people, the answer to that question is I value not being hungry at night. I value having my electric bills on, and I've also been there. But some people would actually add to that list. I value being able to go on vacation and actually enjoy my vacation and actually have money to spend. And other people's may, depending on where they're at in their life, they may say, I budget, I value not living check to check, not having my bills like electric cut off or my cell phone cut off. And I've also been there. And really just the budgeting has helped me solve those two problems. And it really helped me solve it by number two, really considering the tactics that I was going to use to solve those problems. So everybody says, save your money, and that's the one-stop answer for everything. You got a problem in your life, save your money. You got a problem in your life, stop buying Starbucks coffee, stop buying avocado toast, save your money. But this ain't that. Whatever podcast or whatever guru, whoever you've been listening to that, like to blame your poverty on your lack of ambition or your lack of whatever, this is not what we're here to do tonight. We're just going to focus on the little details, the little things that you can do to incrementally make your life better. And my martial arts instructor taught me the concept of bettering your best, and that's what we're dealing with right here when it comes to a budget. So create your budget. Don't be too strict. Don't be too lenient. You want to hold yourself accountable to this budget. That's the number one thing that we want to do. So we need principles that's going to hold us to these budget, and that is finding what's important to you. For me, it was my first principle was to have my bills paid on time, so I didn't have to be embarrassed by hearing from someone tell me that I called your phone and it was off. I didn't know how to get in contact with you. That's really embarrassing, and that's something that I struggled with for a long time because of things like overages and things like that. But it's a situation that you can really budget your way out of if you are willing to prioritize your phone bill over other items in your budget. So you figure out what's important to you. And after I got my phone bill taken care of, what was important to me was going on vacation. And I didn't just want to be there at the vacation. I wanted to actually be there in the vacation. So when I was on my vacation, I wanted to enjoy my vacation. And what I realized is that a lot of times I would start saving up at the last minute to go on vacation. And I would actually get to my destination, and then when I'm at my destination, I had to be cheap. I had to penny pinch. I had to make sure I don't have too much fun on your vacation, which is really an oxymoron because the vacation is part of your year or your 6-month period. It's the time when you're supposed to let loose and have fun and really just enjoy yourself. And if you can put yourself in a better situation to enjoy your vacation, it kind of equals out. Actually, it more than equals out to scrapping by or penny pinching or cutting back on certain other line items. So for me, like I said, my telephone bill and then my vacation were my two motivating factors, and they weren't at the same time. When we're dealing with the principles, we're not trying to tackle two problems at once. We like to handle our problems one at a time when we're dealing with finance. and it make things a lot easier. So if you're trying to get your debt down, then you would create a budget that you can live with, but your whole goal of your budget, the principle that your budget is created around, would be paying off that debt. Number two, we got tactics. So the tactics are your lifestyle. What are you going to do in your lifestyle to make your dream come true, to reach your goal, to address the principle of the reason why you created the budget? And so with your tactics, it could be anything from, not eating out as much, or if you like to, go out to restaurants, you like fine dining, if you like shopping, then you really need to create your lifestyle around that thing that you really like to do and can't go without. If you like having premium movie channels, if you have a full cable subscription, then if you really value that and that brings value to your life, then you have to decide that, that's going to be the one thing that I can't penny pinch on. And like I said, budgets are made to be broken. So 1 week or 1 month, I do my budget every month, and I redo it every month when I was trying to get going. And I start off with, the same thing I did for the spending plan. I address my bills first, and then I list the things that I want to do with my extra money, which includes saving and investing and all of that. But the first thing I always do is address my bills, and I do this with round numbers. So for my rent, that's a nice round number. Let's say $500. That's a reasonable round number for my rent, and you may have to bring that to $1,000 or $1,500, but that's a nice round number for you to really, or even $800 or something, whatever you're paying for rent, or your portion of the rent, or your mortgage. You want to put that down, because for me, that was my one priority. My whole budget really was based around my rent, and that's the reason why I didn't have money for my phone plan, because I prioritized living by myself and being independent, and having car insurance and a car over my priorities for having a phone. So that's just how you pick and choose. And a lot of times, I've chose internet, having an internet connection so I can do my classwork over, having just a telephone. But that's something that other people won't see. People won't really know why you do what you do, or why you're dealing with the strategy that you're dealing with. And like I said, at the time, it reflected negative on me professionally, because my boss, my coworkers wanted to know, hey, I can't never reach you by your cell phone because your cell phone's always off. Well, yeah, but I got a house over my head, and I can do my homework and turn it in without any problems. But they didn't hire me to know that I can have a house and do my homework. They hired me so that they can have an employee, and sometimes employees are on call. So your tactics, you got to find out what's important to you, and what type of lifestyle, what type of standard of living you want to stick with. So tactics are very important to your budget. And then number three, it's being creative, because if you're not creative, you're going to break your budget every month, and that is not the goal. But if you break your budget, you can break it in a positive way or a negative way, and I'm going to cover that going forward. But you just got to be creative. Like for me, I realized that I think I was with DirecTV at the time. Having a DirecTV subscription, that wasn't for me. I just went all digital. I had an internet connection, and I was getting a discount on my DirecTV, but the whole reason why I had a DirecTV subscription was so that I can have the internet. And I ended up saving more money canceling my DirecTV subscription, which made my internet bill go up, but I still had extra money left over in my pocket, and that extra money I shifted over to my cell phone plan. So really it's just about being creative and thinking outside of the box, about ways that you can save money with and cut back on things without being really cheap or poor, or having it really reflect your lifestyle, as far as your employers, your friends, and your families looking at you. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing, it don't matter how much money you save, it don't matter how good you're living, if you can't keep up appearances for your employer, or if your family just really is concerned about you, then it's not worth it. You don't want to budget yourself into being a Buddhist monk and then everybody think that you have some type of problem or issue with money, and then they don't know that you're saving it. They don't know that you have this goal. They don't know that you're trying to buy a house or that you're going to go on vacation. Only thing they see is that, hey, last month he couldn't even pay his phone bill. Now he's on vacation, living his best life, and that don't look good. Your employer, I can never reach him on his cell phone, but he's doing this and doing that, or she, or whatever. So you want to put yourself in a situation where you prioritizing the things that are important to you, and that you're keeping up appearances, and that you're not, looking dirty or cheap or poor or whatever. You don't want to be that friend that always cancels on dinner because you're trying to stick with a budget.